Hey guys, what's up? It's Rick Pete back with a new video for you, and I apologise in advance if I sound absolutely terrible. It's that time of year in the UK. There's bugs and viruses going around, so once again I'm poorly. It's only a cold, so it's nothing major, so as the title suggests, this is my thought on the NXT TakeOver San Antonio. If you've not yet seen the event, obviously there are spoilers in here, so go watch it and then come back. If you're not bothered, obviously, feel free to carry on watching. So without further ado, I'll get on with it. So the first matchup was Ty Dillinger versus Eric Young. Basically this match came about after Ty Dillinger was on a bit of a what do I do next kind of thing, and Eric Young came out and pretty much told him he was going to join Sanity. Dillinger refused, and so here we are, led up to this match. There's a lot of pressure on these two in my opinion, as the TakeOver opening match usually sets the pace for the rest of the event. As expected, Ty Dillinger came out to a great evasion. Eric Young came out, but he didn't come out alone. He had two other members of Sanity with him. I can't remember the names, I do apologise for that. So straight away I knew it was a matter of time before those two guys got involved. It was a good opening match, plenty of back and forth. Dillinger looked like he was going to get the win, but inevitably outside interference saved Young, and then led to Dillinger's downfall. Eric Young coming out with the win there. I think that Dillinger deserves more to be what he really is in NXT. He's a great talent, fans are behind him, and he's almost like a borderline jobber. It just seems a shame and a waste of a great talent, but maybe they'll do something with him and give him a good push. Next up, we had Andrade Cien Almas versus Roderick Strong. So Mr. ROH, which stands for Ring of Honor for those of you who don't know, makes his TakeOver debut. It was a really good match. I enjoyed it more than I expected. I've seen a lot of Roderick Strong stuff in Ring of Honor, and I've always been a bit, I mean, he has had some really good matches, but I wasn't really sure what to expect here, but I really did enjoy it, like I said, a lot more than I expected to. Very hard hitting, it was fast paced. Strong eventually got the win with the sick kick, which is his finisher that he used, or one of his finishers he used when he was in Ring of Honor. It is a pretty cool finishing move. Next up, we had the Authors of Pain versus DIY for the NXT tag titles. I was totally behind DIY for this. I'm a huge fan of Ciampa and Gargano. I've been a fan of Tommaso Ciampa since he was in since he was in Ring of Honor, and I first started watching that. I thought the guy was great. I did have a horrible gut feeling that Authors of Pain may get the win. It was a really good match. Shame about the outcome. Authors of Pain, new NXT Tag Team Champions. I was a bit pissed about this, as to me, they haven't really done anything that's impressed me. They're just two really big guys who just use the size. There's nothing about them, but I suppose that's the gimmick, isn't it, really? I just wasn't impressed that Ciampa and Gargano had such a short title reign after chasing the titles for so long. It just seemed a bit shit to me, to be honest. Then Seth Rollins made an appearance to call out Triple H, because obviously Triple H runs NXT. Triple H came out, it looked like it was going to end up in some sort of brawl, but then he sent security out to get rid of Rollins, so it was a bit poor. Next match was a fatal 4-way for the NXT Women's title. That was Nikki Cross versus Billie Kay versus Peyton Royce versus Asuka. Obviously Billie Kay and Peyton Royce are best friends, so they were going to say they were going to do the whole joint championship thing, and we're both going to be champion. Oh God, who got it now? Michelle McCool and Layla. That type of vibe. Basically, they attacked Asuka at an NXT taping outside. When she turned up in her street clothes, and they met her outside in the cap actually, in the wrestling clothes, which seemed a bit weird. And then later on, Asuka went out to try and get a bit of revenge back on him. They double teamed her. And then Nikki Cross came flying out, who I've actually developed a bit of a crush on. I don't know if this is a good thing or what, but I've got a bit of a thing for Nikki Cross. And ended up helping Asuka beat them up, and then as Asuka was going to the ropes to give him some more, come back on, Nikki Cross launched herself off the top rope and took out Asuka. So Asuka went to see William Regal and said that she wanted him at TakeOver. William Regal said, which one? She went, all of them. So Asuka won a competition. Fatal 4-Way's a pretty big competition. It doesn't get much bigger than that. So, there was plenty of action in this. Teamwork from Kay and Royce, as you'd expect. Like I said, they're friends. At one point, put Nikki Cross to a table next to the announce table. Then they went back to finish off Asuka and, get the win. That didn't work out for him. And Asuka kicked both of their asses and ended up kicking Peyton Royce. I believe she pinned Peyton Royce after giving her a really painful looking kick to the head. Asuka retained in a Fatal 4. It was a really good match. And then at the end, Asuka was celebrating on the ramp. It showed Nikki Cross laid on the table and she was just looking over, smiling and laughing. So I think the dynamic between those two really works, because obviously Asuka has that when she's getting, like, I'm not going to say an ass kick, but when she's under it, then she just turns around with that little smile, and like Corey Graves said it before, this is it now, everything's going to go, because that smile's out, and as soon as the smile comes out, that's it, it's going down. I think Nikki Cross is playing with the same sort of vibe. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with those two. I think those two could have some really good matches. Next up was the NXT title match. Shinsuke Nakamura defending against Bobby Roode. I am a fan of both of them, as you can tell from the t-shirt. And I knew that this match had potential to just absolutely blow everything away and just, really say to the main roster, right, follow that, as NXT has a habit of doing. When it came to entrances, I was really looking forward to Bobby Roode, but it wasn't as good as his TakeOver ones. He just came out and there's a load of women stood waiting for him, and then he just walked down to the ring with them. There was nothing like his previous NXT TakeOver entrances, which kind of disappointed me, if I'm honest. Nakamura's was different. He came out on some sort of, I don't know what it was, but he had his feet strapped in and he was stood like surfing this big thing down to the ring. It was different, definitely different. The match itself was all I expected and a bit more. As we got to there were plenty back and forth and everything as you'd expect. And then as it came towards the back end, Nakamura jumped off the top rope to the apron where Bobby Roode was, hit Roode and landed on the floor holding his knee. Now I don't know if this was like an injury or whether it was a legit injury. And it looked like the match was over. Then he was on the floor, the referee was out, he got a medic out and everything, but Nakamura said, no, I'll continue. And I thought, this is it now, this is where Roode's going to win the title. Sure enough, he come into the ring. Roode put him in a couple of moves, focusing on the knee, managed to get out of them. He hit the Kinshasa. Roode rolled over, he was out of it, but Nakamura couldn't get over to make the pin. The referee came back out again with the medic, and that gave Roode time to recover. He hit a glorious DDT, and Nakamura kicked out. Roode gave him a bit more punishment to the knee, hit a second glorious DDT, and new champion. I was sat there and I was like, he's done it. Bobby Roode's won. And I'm like, if you could imagine me split in half of me was like, Bobby Roode's won, and then the other half was like, Nakamura's lost already. He beat, Joe not long since, just before Christmas for the title, and he's lost it again. So then I thought, well, this is going to set up another rematch between those two, which could lead to Nakamura being the first 3-time NXT champion. Or maybe Nakamura and Joe are both getting main roster call-ups because they've proved themselves in NXT. I mean, obviously, both guys have been doing it for years, so that they're more than ready for the main roster. So we'll have to wait and see. Maybe the rumour mill, obviously, because it's Royal Rumble, there's always call-ups and guest entrances like Rusev appeared a few years ago from NXT and cleaned house and made a good name for himself, had a good showing, and then next thing you know, he's on the main roster. So who knows? Hopefully Nakamura and Joe may get called up. I think it may happen. I mean, it probably won't, but we'll have to wait and see, won't we? As I record this, I've not actually watched the Royal Rumble, by the way, so this is why I'm saying it'll have to happen. I don't know what's happened. So, yeah, hell of a match, hell of a main event. Once again, NXT delivered. I enjoyed all of it, obviously, like I've said, with the exception of the outcome of the tag match. I just don't see why Authors of Pain should be tag team champions. They've just not done anything to blow me away, but I suppose their gimmick is, like I said, they're just two big guys, so that's that. It is what it is, and yeah, overall, I enjoyed NXT TakeOver San Antonio. Said it before and I've said it again, a DVD release, Blu-ray release needs to happen of the NXT events. But I think then that WWE would be scared that they would outsell a lot of the main roster pay-per-views, as NXT constantly last year blew away the main roster pay-per-views. So those are my thoughts. As always, guys, feel free to leave your comments below, what you thought to the matches, how you feel about Bobby Roode becoming the new NXT champion. Like I say, I'm happy. You may not be able to tell it because, like I said, I'm cold, but I was happy. I was stunned, like I said, at the end of the match, but Bobby Roode's champion, I can live with that. And Asuka retained. The only downer for me personally, like I said, is the tag team titles, but hopefully Ciampa Gargano might get a rematch and win back the belts, who knows. But yeah, that was NXT TakeOver San Antonio. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching. To those of you who've subscribed, as always, thank you very much, it means a lot. I'll catch you later, guys, with a new video. And by the way, I do apologise for the quality of the video. I've done it downstairs and for some reason it just looks crap. I don't know why, but yeah, thank you for watching, guys. I'll be back soon with a new video. As always, take care.